Welcome to Election Night 2024. We have the Republican nominee, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, versus Colorado Governor and the Democratic nominee, Jared Polis. Here's the CNN expert map prediction, having Jared Polis winning the election, 271 electoral votes to Ron DeSantis' 267. The Young Turk expert prediction map, having Jared Polis winning 438 to Ron DeSantis' 100 electoral votes. It is 7 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Georgia currently too close to call. Jared Polis leads in the race. Indiana and their 11 electoral votes projected to go to Governor DeSantis. Kentucky and their 8 electoral votes projected to go to Governor DeSantis. South Carolina and their 9 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Vermont and their 3 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Virginia too close to call. Jared Polis is leading in the state. Here's the current electoral map. Ron DeSantis leads 28-4. In the Indiana Senate race, Mike Braun wins re-election handedly. In the Virginia Senate race, Tim Kaine has won re-election. In the Indiana governor race, Greg Pence, brother of incumbent Vice President Mike Pence, has become Indiana's new governor. Vermont, T.J. Donovan has won the governor race in Vermont. It is 7:30 and the following states have poll closings. North Carolina, too close to call. Jared Polis is leading in the state. Ohio and their 17 electoral votes, too close to call. Ron DeSantis is leading in the state. West Virginia and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Virginia and their 13 electoral votes now being projected to go to Jared Polis. Georgia and their 9 electoral votes currently too close to call. Ron DeSantis has a lead in the race now. Here's the current electoral map. Ron DeSantis leads 32-17. The Vermont Senate race is a flip from 2018. Phil Scott is the projected winner, seating incumbent David Zuckerman. West Virginia governor race, Mac Warner is the projected winner. It is now 8 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of Alabama and their 8 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. Connecticut and their 7 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Delaware and their 3 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. D.C. and their 3 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis, a state that has never gone Republican once since its tenure of voting in the elections. Florida and their 31 electoral votes, too close to call. This is Governor Ron DeSantis' home state. He has a lead in the state. Illinois and their 19 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Maine at large and their 2 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the race. Maine's 1st District and their 1 electoral vote projected to go to Jared Polis. However, Maine's 2nd and their 1 electoral votes is projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Out of Maryland and their 10 electoral votes, Jared Polis is the projected winner. Massachusetts and their 11 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Mississippi and their 6 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Missouri, this is Senator Josh Hawley's home state, Ron DeSantis' running mate. Missouri and their 10 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. New Hampshire and their 4 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the race. New Jersey and their 14 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Oklahoma and their 7 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Pennsylvania and their 19 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the race. Rhode Island and their 4 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the race. Tennessee and their 11 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. We now have a call to the state of Ohio. Ohio and their 17 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Georgia and their 16 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. North Carolina and their 16 electoral votes still too close to call. Here's the current map thus far. Ron DeSantis leads 108-84. Connecticut and their Connecticut Senate race, Chris Murphy has won re-election. Delaware, John Carney is the projected winner in the Delaware Senate race. Out of Maryland Senate race, Ben Cardin has won re-election. Out of the Mississippi Senate race, Roger Wicker has won re-election. Rhode Island Senate race, Sheldon Whitehouse has won re-election. Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn has won re-election. Out of the Missouri Senate race, this was Josh Hawley's seat, though he is the running mate for Ron DeSantis. Governor Mike Parson is the projected winner. Out of the Delaware governor race, Hunter Biden is the projected winner. Out of the Missouri governor race, Jay Ashcroft is the projected winner. Out of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu has won re-election. It is 8:30 and the following states have poll closings. Arkansas and their 6 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Rhode Island and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. North Carolina and their 16 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Florida and their 31 electoral votes, the Republican nominee's home state, Ron DeSantis currently leads. Maine at large in their 2 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis still has a lead in the race. New Hampshire in their 4 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis has a lead in the race. Pennsylvania in their 19 electoral votes, too close to call. Ron DeSantis has a lead in the race. Here's the current map thus far. Ron DeSantis leads 130 to 87. Out of the Massachusetts Senate race, this is a flip from 2018. Charlie Baker is the projected winner. Out of the New Jersey Senate race, Bob Menendez has won re-election. Out of the Ohio Senate race, Sherrod Brown is the projected winner. Out of the West Virginia Senate race, this is a flip from 2018. John McBride is the projected winner. Out of the North Carolina governor race, Josh Stein is the projected winner. It is now 9 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of Arizona, it is too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the race. Colorado, this is Jared Polis' home state. Colorado and their 10 electoral votes projected to go to the Democrat nominee. Kansas and their 6 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Louisiana and their 8 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Michigan and their 15 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the state. Minnesota and their 9 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the state. Nebraska, 4 out of 5 of their electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. The 2nd district, however, is too close to call. DeSantis leading in that district. New Mexico and their 5 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis is the projected winner. New York and their 27 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. North Dakota and their 3 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis, as well as South Dakota. Texas and their 41 electoral votes, too close to call. Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. Too close to call. Ron DeSantis is leading. Wisconsin and their 10 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis has a lead in the state. Wyoming and their 3 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Florida, Ron DeSantis' home state. He has won his home state of Florida, as well as their 31 electoral votes. New Hampshire and their 4 electoral votes, a state Donald Trump won in 2020. Ron DeSantis keeps the state of New Hampshire red this election cycle. Pennsylvania, another state Donald Trump won in 2020. He keeps the state red. Pennsylvania, their 19 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Maine at large, too close to call. Ron DeSantis now leads in the state. Here's the current electoral map. Ron DeSantis leads 211 to 124. Out of the Minnesota Senate race, Amy Klobuchar has won re-election. Out of the Nebraska Senate race, Don Bacon is the projected winner. Out of the New Mexico Senate race, Martin Heinrich has won re-election. Out of the New York Senate race, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is the projected winner. North Dakota Senate race, Kevin Cramer winning re-election. Pennsylvania Senate race, Bob Casey Jr. winning re-election. Out of the Wyoming Senate race, John Barrasso winning re-election. Out of the North Dakota governor race, Brent Sanford is the projected winner. It is now 10 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of Iowa, Ron DeSantis has won Iowa in their 6 electoral votes. Montana and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Nevada and their 6 electoral votes, too close to call. Jared Polis currently leads in the state. Utah and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. New Mexico and their 5 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Maine at large, and their 2 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. We now have a major call. Ron DeSantis has been elected the 46th President of the United States. This is an early call, and a very early call. But Ron DeSantis has been elected 46th President of the United States with his win at Maine at large, which was a flip, by the way. He had flipped the state of Maine at large, a state Donald Trump could not flip back in 2020. Ron DeSantis has won this election and will become the next President of the United States of America. Here is the map thus far. As you can see, with Maine at large flipping to the Republican column, Ron DeSantis has broken the magic number of 270 electoral votes to Jared Polis's 129. Out of Arizona, it is still too close to call. Jared Polis still leading in the state. Out of Michigan, out of the 15 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis now leads in the state. Out of Minnesota, in their 9 electoral votes, Jared Polis still leading. Nebraska second, still too close to call. Ron DeSantis still leading. Texas, in their 41 electoral votes, still too close to call. Ron DeSantis still leading in that state. Wisconsin, in their 10 electoral votes, still too close to call. Ron DeSantis is now leading in the state. Here's the current map thus far. Ron DeSantis leading 270 to 102. Out of the Arizona Senate race, Kyrsten Sinema has won re-election. Florida Senate race, Rick Scott has won re-election. We could say this is most likely from the help of Ron DeSantis, as we can assume, as a lot of people are saying whoever won the state of Florida, that was going to help the other candidate down ballot. And it looks like Rick Scott has won re-election thanks to Ron DeSantis. Maine Senate race, a flip from 2018. Paula Page has is the projected winner. Utah Senate race, Mitt Romney has won re-election. Out of the Utah governor race, Spencer Cox has won re-election. It is 11 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of California, 55 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Hawaii and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Idaho and their 4 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Oregon and their 8 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Washington and their 12 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. Nevada and their 6 electoral votes, another flip from 2020. Ron DeSantis has flipped Nevada on winning their 6 electoral votes. Arizona and their 12 electoral votes. Joe Biden narrowly won the state in 2020, but it looks like Jared Polis has won it by 1 to 2 percentage points, and Jared Polis has won 12 extra electoral votes. Nebraska's 2nd district is projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Texas and their 41 electoral votes now being projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Wisconsin and their 10 electoral votes projected to go to Ron DeSantis. Michigan and their 15 electoral votes still too close to call. This is swung back to Jared Polis' column. Minnesota and their 9 electoral votes too close to call. Jared Polis still has a lead in the state. Out of the California Senate race, Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. Out of the Hawaii Senate race, Mazi Hirono is the projected winner, winning re-election. Out of the Michigan Senate race, Debbie Stabenow has won re-election. The Montana Senate race, another flip from 2018. Greg Jean-Fort is the projected winner. Out of the Nevada Senate race, Jackie Rosen is the projected winner. Out of the Texas Senate race, Ted Cruz is the projected winner. Out of the Washington Senate race, Maria Cantwell has won re-election. Out of the Wisconsin Senate race, Tammy Baldwin has won re-election. Out of the Montana governor race, Mike Cooney has won re-election. Out of the Washington governor race, Jay Inslee is the projected winner. It is now 1 a.m. and the following state has poll closings. Alaska and their 3 electoral votes now being projected to go to Ron DeSantis. We also have another call. Minnesota and their 9 electoral votes projected to go to Jared Polis. It is now 2:15 and we can now have a call to the state of Michigan. Michigan and their 15 electoral votes go to Ron DeSantis. Here is the final electoral map. Ron DeSantis is going to become the 46th President of the United States with 309 electoral votes to Jared Polis's 229. DeSantis flipping the states of Nevada and Maine at large, both states that were won by Joe Biden in 2020 by less than 1%, targeted those states, and he was rewarded with their electoral votes. It looked, a lot of pundits had Jared Polis winning this election, but it looks like the media was once again wrong, and Ron DeSantis will become the next president of the United States. We also have the marginal map, of course. Some states that were won by less than 1%. Minnesota was won by less than 1% by Jared Polis. It was a very close state. Also, Michigan was another state that was very close. Ron DeSantis won it, as well as Maine at large. Well, anyway, guys, this is the Chaotic One, and I hope you enjoy this video. This is the Chaotic One saying, peace.